Thank you very much. We may wish to be seated.
At least for the first time, we are putting two locations in one zone, which means we're having this public hearing in 12 locations in Nigeria, whereby we're having access to Nigerians to make their contribution. And I'm so happy that there's a large turnout for both yesterday and today. The hall was filled up. We even had to provide the address system outside for people to listen to what we are doing. And I really appreciate that. And from the contribution we have received, or the memorandum we have received today, definitely we show that Nigerians are very much interested in bringing up a law that will govern the administration of this country. Therefore, I'm extremely happy and delighted. And I would like to thank all the members of my committee and this sitting in Kaduna. They all turned out and they all contributed. And we're now going to take this document that we received from Nigerians in this zone to go back to Abuja and deliberate on every item that's submitted to us. And we still have left open room for people to submit still their memorandum within the next 2 weeks, so that we can proudly say that most of the people are carried along. And I assure you that we'll come with a very good amendment of the Nigerian Constitution, whereby it makes easy for the governance of Nigeria by using the act or the law of the Constitution. I've been in the Senate for 4 terms now, which is getting 16 years. And I'm saying that this presentation, or this way of the leadership of the Senate decided to have this public hearing in 12 locations is good. It's bringing the public hearing closer to the people. Instead of having a public hearing in Abuja, we're doing it in 12 locations in Nigeria. That is excellent. And secondly, we have received over 77 memorandums, and we have treated virtually all. Very few who did not turn up after submitting, the one that we didn't listen. But we have listened to at least around 70 from yesterday and today.
Of course, this ninth Senate, from the inception, we have been extremely determined to amend this constitution. Like I've always said, this constitution is completely outdated. It has been in existence in the last 22 years. We know it has a lot of deficiencies, which I believe needs to be updated if we really want to move our country forward. This constitution have really affected the development of this country as a whole. Because when the constitution was crafted, there were a lot of deficiencies, like I said earlier, and it is one of the most enduring constitutions in this country, which have received a lot of criticism by Nigerians, both the people within the government, outside the government, and even members of the National Assembly, which I'm part of the National Assembly. So I believe it's a high time for us to look at this constitution and amend it. And of course, this ninth Senate and the National Assembly in general are determined to amend this constitution. I'm happy the people of this country are giving us the necessary support. And we want to come with a very, very perfect constitution. It may not be 100% perfect, but we will improve it. Because we believe Nigerians are making their own contribution. We want to come up with a people's constitution, where every segment of this country will also have their own inputs included at the end of the draft. So this is just the initial process. We'll also organize the national conference on this issue, of course, and it will go through a lot of processes in the National Assembly. In summary, Kaduna State position is very clear, and let me just summarize our position. And of course, you know, our governor have been in the forefront of issue of restructuring. You are also aware, I'm sure, that our governor, Governor Mal Nasara Medrafa, was the person that chaired the APC restructuring committee. And of course, the committee made about 12 major recommendations. So today, our state made some few recommendations, and that is our own position. Number one is the issue of state police. Here in Kaduna State, we support the establishment of state police in total. We also support the issue of resource control. We fully support the issue of local government autonomy. We also fully support the idea of judicial reform. That means giving the state governors the powers to appoint high court judges. Of course, we also support the issue of electoral reforms. And we also fully, here in Kaduna, support the issue of gender equality. For me, these are some of the major areas Kaduna State position focus on. And of course, I'm also delighted that a lot of people that submitted their own memoranda also agree with this position. And of course, there are some few states who are not on the same page with Kaduna State, particularly in the area of the creation of state police, as well as the autonomy for local governments. But we in Kaduna State, we believe in that. We also believe that the idea of minimum wage is something that needs to be reviewed. Of course, Kaduna State is one of the 3 states in Nigeria, as I'm talking to you, that are paying the current minimum wage as it is. Only 3 states in this country are paying the minimum wage: Kaduna State, Rivers State, and Lagos State. We have no problem with that, but our only problem with that piece of legislation is that every state has its own peculiarity. There are many states that are not like Kaduna State who cannot pay the minimum wage. So we believe we have to allow the states the powers to now look at their own situation and decide to fix their own minimum wage.